Good morning. It's time for the Wednesday morning meditation. And today I want. Now, I think that in my younger years, that I don't know whether it was all that it was because it was my selective hearing or it was because things have changed. But when I heard the word abundance or prosperity, it almost always seemed like it was tied to money, to finances. Classes that I've taken that, when they talked about prosperity, they were talking about basically about money and getting abundance in money. Um, and like I said, I don't know whether I took it wrong. I mean, I've taken classes from Edwin Gaines and a number of other people and a number of 4Ts and all kinds of other classes, but yeah, I don't know why, but I was always thinking money. But what I've concluded in this last year, about just about this time last year, I started two abundance classes. One of them was absolute abundance, which the board and I, as a board, we did this class with Reverend Edith. And then a group that I belong to, we did another one. I can't remember the name of it, but absolute abundance. No, that's this one. Anyway, it was, oh, the art of abundance, but it was wonderful. And it switched me to believing that what really abundance is has nothing to do with finances. It has nothing to do with money. It's what you're abundant in. And there was a quote that was in the absolute abundance, which I wanted to share with you. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. That's Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich. But it's your thought. Thoughts are things and how we think. So I've spent the last year every day being grateful for my abundance. And basically, it has nothing to do with finances. It has to do with those things that you feel abundant in, rich in. It doesn't have to have anything to do with money. And to me, that's things like family, it's friends, it's our church family, it's it's your home, it's your, in my case, my yard, my flowers, my vegetables, whatever it is that we are abundant in, and love and caring and kindness, all of those things that make life rich have nothing to do with anything financial. I mean, it's nice to have great finances and be able to jut off and do whatever you want to, wherever, whenever you want to. For most of us, that's not reality. And I've spent a lot of time during this last year of COVID thinking more about this. And so what I would like you to do, let's go on a little tour of your life and see the areas that you really are abundant in. It may not be all areas, and some areas may need work, but let's just take a little trip. So close your eyes, breathe in and out, and let's just think about your life. I'll think about mine, you think about yours. What are those things you are the most grateful for? What is really abundant in your life? It may be family, it may be friends. Think of those. Think of some of those individuals who really help to uplift your life. The friend that maybe just sent you a note saying, I'm glad you're in my life, or somebody who said, I love you, and you knew they meant it. Now let's think about your home. It may not be perfect, but what is it about it that you really, really like? What is it about it that's grateful? For me, I have a really quirky old house, but it's a home, and that's what I like best about it. It feels like home. It feels like a place of safety and security and love and lots of memories. I've lived here 48 years, and there's a lot of living that's been done in that period of time. I started here in my 20s. And then think about your anything else. I mean, if you have a yard or a patio or maybe a balcony or maybe just outside your door where you might have a pot with a plant or the view you might have from your window. Think about the entire environment and what it does to make you feel grateful. Now let's go into your neighborhood. Maybe you have great neighbors who you're very happy to have. Maybe you don't know them, but you may really enjoy your neighborhood. Maybe there's a lot of places to shop or eat that you really enjoy. Or maybe it's because, in my case, it's very rural and there's no sidewalks, there's no street lights. I love it. I walk it every morning. What is it about your neighborhood that you really appreciate? Now let's think about community. In our case, if you're watching this, you know that we're part of a church community. And even though we may not have been in person with each other for a year, we've been able to watch online our services. We've had a wonderful, wonderful fellowship group. Um, and we were talking about it the other day. We know more about each other. We have been more intimate in this group than we ever would have been in Wrigley Hall. We have developed some really deep, deep friendships because of COVID. So there have been some good things to come out of it. Think about that community of people. And then think about your greater community, whether you live in the city of San Diego or El Lakeside or Santee or Chula Vista or any of the North County areas, Escondido, Vista, Carlsbad, Oceanside, doesn't matter. You chose to live in that community. So it must have had some meaning for you. Now think about how fortunate we are to live in this country. What we have to be really grateful for. There are a lot of things. We have freeways, we have police, we have countless things that help us with our safety, that provide us with information. We're lucky to live here. And think about how we are here on Earth. We probably need to take better care of the Earth and the environment, but think about how abundant it is and how we could help keep it that way. So let's spend maybe a couple of minutes just sitting there and thinking about all of those things today on March 3rd, 2021 that you are grateful for, that you have an abundance of? Okay, let's come back feeling ever grateful for all that you have and all that makes up your life. It has absolutely nothing to do with money. We are abundant in love, in joy, in peace, in grace, in faith. Sometimes when things aren't going well, that abundance of faith really helps. And having other people pray for us is an abundance of prayer when we really need it. So abundance comes in many, many ways, in many forms. And what I've learned probably more than anything this past year is that gratitude can change my life and shift it. Every day, I know you've heard this from me before, but every day I have 3 things that I am very grateful for. And I text it to 2 people and they text me back. They're my gratitude partners. I've had one of them for more than a year and the other one for a few months.
Can you hand me that?
And
Call from.
I think it's really, really important that we acknowledge every day how grateful we are. And by shifting that act, you actually shift your mindset. And so I start every day thinking about what I'm grateful for. And I end every day thinking what I am grateful for. And in this last year, I have truly appreciated the importance of abundance. Those things that we're grateful for become more and more abundant when we acknowledge them and when we focus on those. Because thoughts are things, and if we think with gratitude, we can see how truly abundant our life is. So I have 3 affirmations. The first one is, I focus on the truth of abundance. I focus on the truth of abundance. I focus on the truth of abundance. My life is abundantly rich. My life is abundantly rich. My life is abundantly rich. And I am for all aspects of my life. I am grateful for all aspects of my life. I am grateful for all aspects of my life. So as you go through today, look around, see what's really abundant in your life, and acknowledge your gratitude. Try writing 3 things down a day, or find a gratitude partner, someone who's like-minded, who you wouldn't mind hearing what they're grateful for, and they wouldn't mind hearing what you're grateful for. So go have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a wonderful, abundant